Hi everyone, and welcome back to Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons as I take a look at episodes 11 and 12, starting with the heart of New York, which incidentally is the Mysteron target. But there is a twist. The story starts with three professional criminals who have inside information about a Spectrum security vault. They break into the vault, thinking it's full of money, and it's not. It's full of very sensitive security papers, which they steal. Scarlet and Blue turn up to investigate. They are convinced it is not the work of the Mysterons, so they fly off to New York to deal with the Mysteron threat. Meanwhile, the crooks are looking through these papers and they form an intriguing plan. They intend to fake their own deaths in front of a fire marshal, which they do. They fake their own deaths. Then they reappear in front of the fire marshal and they state they are going to destroy the Second National Bank of New York. So, when he wakes up after being knocked out, obviously relays this report. Spectrum now believes there are three Mysteron agents on the loose. Now, the three professional criminals are stopped at a roadblock by Captain Ochre and Captain Magenta. They pass the Mysteron camera test, because obviously they're not Mysteron agents, they're humans. So they get through the roadblock into a very quiet New York. And their mission really is to rob the bank. Scarlet starts putting the pieces together and starts to realise there's something peculiar about this whole thing. So they are now on hot pursuit of the criminals, who are now in the bank vault having a field day. Little do they know, the former Captain Black is there on the scene. And he tells them, your greed is your end. The bank will be destroyed. And he locks them in. Scarlet and Blue turn up. And a car drives by them. Scarlet recognises Black, the driver. So now they are in hot pursuit of Captain Black, who gets tipped off by the Mysterons that he's heading towards a Spectrum roadblock with Scarlet in a saloon behind him. So he pulls into an alley. The Mysterons do one of their clever little tricks. His car vanishes and the bank goes up. So this is a victory for the Mysterons, but it's only a minor victory considering the fact they just blow up a bank. So, yes, the Mysterons do win this one, but it's just a minor victory for them. And I'm going to give this one 6 out of 10. As you see through the episode, it is a bit of a twist to the story. The Mysterons basically use human greed against themselves. They use that as a weapon. And without further ado, let's push straight on to the next episode. Right, so here we go with episode 12, Lunarville 7. The Lunarville controller puts out a message and declares the moon is now independent. And they have come to an agreement with the Mysterons. Peace between the moon and the Mysterons. This, of course, is going to be investigated by Spectrum. Scarlet, Blue and Green are sent to the moon, and they are given additional orders. Something has been detected in the Humboldt Sea, and they must make every effort to investigate this. So, Scarlet, Blue and Green have now arrived on the moon at Lunarville 7. and they meet the controller, who's sort of being nice and yet authoritarian at the same time. Anyway, Scarlet declares he would like a trip out on the moon's surface. This is granted, and they go for a short trip. Scarlet raises the issue of, oh, we're approaching the Humboldt Sea, can we go and have a look? Which is turned down very abruptly, so obviously something is going on. Scarlet deduces a way of getting around the identification discs that ID people to get hold of a Lunarville mobile, and they do. So Scarlet, Green and Blue go out to the Humboldt Sea to investigate, and they come across crater 101, and something is definitely going on. It looks like a Mistron complex is being built, and it is now clear that the controller and his aide are under the control of the Mistrons, or they have been replaced by the Mistrons. They are unable to detect them as replicants because they are not allowed to bring their Mistron camera with them. Anyway, they discover this master plan, return back to Lunarville 7 and make their escape. The controller goes a bit crazy. He cannot understand how Scarlet and his associates are getting away, and he shoots the computer, literally shoots it, and he causes the computer to blow up, which in turn literally blows up Lunarville 7. Scarlet, Blue and Green obviously now just about got away in a rocket back to Earth, where they deliver their report to Colonel White that there is indeed a Mistron base being constructed in crater 101. Well, this is an interesting story because this is actually a two-parter, but the second half of it doesn't get resolved till later. And if you picked up on Sid the computer and the lunar mobiles, you would have made straight away a connection to a later series, UFO. And I'm going to give this one 6 out of 10. Have a great day. Goodbye.